sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Megahouse Variable Action Heroes One Piece Version 2 Trafalgar Law. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. Thank God they're making figures for this line again. So as you can see here, we do get the same style box we have been getting with this One Piece line. So in the front of the box here, half of it does have the window, the other half does have a dope image of the Law figure. On the top says One Piece, the bottom says Trafalgar Law, version 2, Toei Animation, and Megahouse. And the bottom of the box here, we do get an image of the figure, then we do get the blah 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 soup nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box. And the one side, we do have the continuation of the window along with a close-up image of the figure. The other side does have the continuation of the image from the front of the box along with a new one. Then the back does show some poses you can get the figure into along with some of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at this version 2 Trafalgar Law, which looks so much better compared to the first version because he doesn't have that big clunky jacket anymore. Thank God. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at Law here, and Megahouse killed it with this figure. They always do a fantastic job when it comes to the paint and sculpt detail. The face sculpts are definitely on point, and just to let you know, this second version of Law just doo-doos all over the first version. Paint nice and clean all throughout it. We have his little goatee there, the sideburns, nice clean paintwork. It looks like there's subtle shading around like the jawline, which looks pretty cool. And then we do get his hat here, which looks great. Some of the black dots on it, you could tell they missed a little bit of paint in certain spots back here as well. It's not horrible, and there is some shading on the hat as well, which looks pretty good. It does have some nice sculpt detail as well. And there's the back of his hair, which is very sharp on both head sculpts, the hat one and the unhatted one. Then the neck here and the torso, we do get shading on the torso and the neck on the skin tone there. You can see some of his tattoos under there, which look pretty dope. And then his shirt looks great too. Excellent sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. They painted and sculpted the buttons on there. The collar looks dope. And then we do get this design right here, which looks pretty cool. Nice clean paint on that. Get some more sculpted wrinkles on the back there. And then for the arms here, the bare arm, you can see his tattoos on his hand and his arm. We do get some subtle shading on there. Not on the elbow joint though. And the elbow joint is slightly off with the color compared to the forearm and the bicep there. Sleeves look good and everything. And then the right arm has that wrapping on there, which looks dope. Get some nice shading on it as well. And then there's a little bit of shading around the wrist there. And then and the shirt here is a softer rubbery type plastic, the lower torso, not the upper torso though. And then for the pants here, I believe these are the same style pants he was wearing with the first release figure. The crotch piece is a softer rubbery type plastic, but we do get the dots or specks all throughout the pants, and we get like a nice shading all throughout it as well. Sculpted wrinkles and everything. There's the seams of the pants, the back pockets are sculpted on and everything, and there is shading on them as well. More of those specks as well, and that very light shading. Knee joints look pretty good. Lower legs here, nice shading once again. And I do like the way the sculpted wrinkles look around the knees and especially around the ends of the pants there. That looks dope, man. And then we do get his shoes here, which have some sculpted wrinkles. And the paint where that black meets the gray is pretty clean as well. And the bottom of them, not too much going on. So overall, like usual when it comes to a Megahouse Variable Action Heroes One Piece figure, the detail on this thing is outstanding. And that is definitely one of my favorite things about this line. The paint and sculpt work on their figures are just fantastic. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, Law is included with a bunch of really dope stuff. So what we do get 2 interchangeable head sculpts, and then we do get 5 alternate faces. So for the 2 head sculpts on the left there, we do get the one with the hat on, which is the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging, and then the other one is the one without the hat where you see his hair. And they did a beautiful job with the sculpt on the hair there. It's very sharp, so be careful of that, but they did an awesome job with that. I always loved the sculpt detail to the hair on these figures like Luffy and Zoro and everyone. They do an awesome job when it comes to that. So we do get the 2 interchangeable head sculpts, and we do get the 5 interchangeable faces. So we do get the basic stern looking face while he's looking off to the right there, and this comes on the hatted head sculpt out of the packaging. And then we do get 2 different smiling head sculpts. I do like this one a little bit more. This one, he has a bit more of a smile to him compared to that one, but they're slightly different. I thought they were the same face sculpts, and I thought I had a QC issue, but they are slightly different smiling facial expressions. And then we do get a yelling, screaming face, and then we do get the kind of nervous, uncomfortable face there. And they did a fantastic job with the sculpt and paint detail on all 5 faces. We have nice shading all throughout it, very clean paintwork, and all of them do look like Law, and it is very easy to swap the hair sculpts or head sculpts and the faces. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. So the way you swap the head sculpts and the faces, the way you swap the faces on the hat head sculpt, you just pull up on the hat, pull the face off, whoops, take what other face, peg that on, and then just pop the hat back on. That's how you swap the faces with the hat head sculpt. Now to swap the head sculpts here, you could just pull up even with the face on and everything, and it'll pop. Whoops, the joint decided to come off with the entire damn head sculpt. Hold on one second, need some pliers. And I just had to use some pliers to get the joint out of the head sculpt there. That is the only issue I run into with this figure. Sometimes the joint pops off with the head sculpt. Now take the head sculpt without the hat, that's just his hair here, and just peg that on. And you could probably just leave the face and everything on. I'm just showing you how to get it on there. Put on whatever face, and that's how you swap the faces too. You take the front of the hair off, pop the face off, peg it on, and then just put the front of the hair on like so. Whoops. And then there you go, as simple as that to swap the faces and the hair sculpts there. So we do get all that stuff, and then we also get an effect from his devil fruit. We do get his sword and sheath, which they made much better this time, and then we do get the heart in that little cube container, and we'll take a look at that first, which is a pretty cool accessory. You can see the heart in there and everything, and it is a translucent plastic, of course. Do dig the way that looks, though. That's a pretty cool accessory to include with Law, which is another move of his from his devil fruit. And speaking of that, we do get this nice blue translucent plastic effect here, which is also from his devil fruit. I forgot what move this is, so if you would like to let me know, feel free to comment it in the comments below. But it looks great. The sculpt of it looks nice. It's a little more white around here where he grips onto it, and it is sharp, so be careful of that. So we do get that. And then my favorite accessory is the sword and sheath, and the sheath isn't as big and clunky as it was with the first release Law, so I really like that they updated the sheath there. And then we do get the rope wrappings here, which has a nice shading to it, great sculpt detail. All the crosses are painted nice and clean, and they are sculpted on there, as you can see. The other side looks good too. We do get the tie over here as well, and then we do get his dope sword. I forgot the name of his sword, but the handle looks great. Beautiful paint and sculpt detail on that. That looks so dope, man. And then we do get the fur piece around here, which also has a nice wash to it. And then the blade itself looks great, man. A little bit of sloppy paintwork here, but the rest of it looks dope. More black on the top and then more silverish on the bottom. It is sharp, so be careful of that, but really, really cool looking blade here. And as you saw, you can store it in the sheath as well. So we do get all those awesome accessories, and then we finally get 15 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of more narrow gripping hands, and these are meant for him to grip onto his sword and the effect. Then we do get a pair of wider gripping hands, and these are meant for him to grip onto his sheath. Then we do get a pair of thumbs up hands, a pair of pointing finger hands, and then we do get these styled posed type hands, which is when he does one of his devil fruit abilities, which I'm glad they included that. And then we do get a pair of just open type hands, and you could have him do the room ability from his Devil Fruit with these hands here, which is pretty cool. And then we do get another right open kind of gripping hand, and this is meant for him to grip onto the heart in that cube container. And we do get some subtle shading throughout the hands, and we do get all of his tattoos on each finger and on the top of his hand as well. And they did a great job with the tattoos. Just an awesome job with the detail on all 15 hands, and they are very simple to swap out. That's always a good thing. You don't want to risk breaking your wrist joint on your figure. But anyway, that is all the awesome accessories included with Trafalgar Law. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Trafalgar Law, to the very top of his hat, it looks like he's around 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to some of the variable action heroes' straw hats. So we do have the pre-time skip Luffy, time skip Zoro, time skip Usopp, and then we do have the Punk Hazard version, Nami. And from what I can remember, I believe Law is taller than all of these characters. He might be the same height as Zoro, so maybe their scaling's off, but from what I can remember, I believe he is taller than all these characters here, so the scaling should be accurate if I am correct. And then here he is compared to the variable action heroes Portgas D. Ace, Sabo, Shanks, and Lucci. And then here he is compared to the Storm collectible Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for Law's articulation, we do get some very nice movement with this figure here. So we do have 2 joints at the neck, and with both joints, you can get Law to look up a really good amount, as you can see there. And then both joints, he looks down even better, all the way down. So that is definitely dope. You do get pivot at both the upper and lower neck, which is great. And then, of course, both joints do swivel. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso and at the waist. So the torso here goes forward a really good amount. You do see a tiny gap in the back though. Then going back, then goes back about that much. Excellent pivot at that torso right there. Really nice pivot actually. And then it does swivel the waist here forward and back extremely well. So with both joints, crunches forward really good, and then both joints goes back really well. Also, then you do get pretty good pivot there as well, and then swivel. Also, now for the arms here, we get a great circular motion out of the shoulder. Then we do have this piece, which is to help hide the joint, but you do get some excellent movement at that shoulder joint right there. And then the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that is definitely awesome. They do go up and down. We do have true bicep swivel, where the sleeve is right there. It does swivel at the shoulder as well. We do get the double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in all the way, so that is definitely awesome. We do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so that does swivel and hinges back and forth. So fantastic articulation so far with Law here. Then the legs here, Law can kick forward 90 degrees, which is definitely good enough. Goes to the back about 45 degrees. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and he can. Excellent leg movement with this Law. Then we do get a pretty good upper thigh swivel there, or hip swivel. We do have the double jointed knees, and they bend back all the way. Excellent. Excellent articulation with this figure, man. Then the ankles here, they do swivel. Hinge up pretty good. Hinge down a bit better. And then you do get a pretty nice ankle pivot there, and then we do get a toe hinge. So from head to toe, this figure has incredible articulation. This is how articulation should be on figures, and you're going to be able to get this Law in some awesome Surgeon of Death like poses, and I'm about to show you some of those poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Variable Action Heroes version 2 Trafalgar Law. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, would easily give it a 9.5. Articulation, I'd give it a perfect 10. Accessories, I'd give it an even 9. And then the overall quality, I would also give an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, but I'm pretty sure my buddy from Agelessgeeks will be getting this in stock, so you can check out their website at agelessgeeks.com. And when you check out, use code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on their website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. There's the other side with the continuation of the window, or the, damn it, that's not the window, that's an image of the figure. And Megahouse. And here is the bottom of the box. We do the cool, compared to the first, and a sword, and then we do get a pair of alrighty. Taking a closer detailed look at Law here.